Welcome back to my Star Wars Legends Expanded Universe chronological timeline order, and today we have the finale of Tales of the Jedi, The Fall of the Sith Empire. This is issue number 5. This issue opens with Naga Sadow fleeing home from the battle that he has just lost at, and he is now fleeing with his forces when going back to the Sith systems, and he is like, I'm going to rally my forces here and we're going to come back with a second wave. But then, this is a bit I'd forgotten, Ludo Kresh and a force come out of nowhere. Ludo Kresh has faked his own death in the previous issues, and he is back strong. And so he is going to get Naga Sadow, and you're like, oh boy, here we go, showdown. And then Naga Sadow just gets one of his followers' ships to literally ram Ludo Kresh's, and there's a huge explosion. So now Ludo Kresh is gone for good. Which I thought was kind of funny, but it's kind of weird because Ludo Kresh almost dies so many times that, like, you think he's dead so many times, he becomes like a mosquito for Naga Sadow, a mere annoyance to flick away. But so he loses one of his ships by having it go flying into another ship to crash it. You know, I heard a lot of people saying, oh, The Last Jedi did something really different when they crashed a ship into another ship. Whoa, that was crazy. Tales of the Jedi was doing this in the 90s. Come on, it wasn't original. The EU thought of it first, with almost all of the ideas of Star Wars. If you think it's a new original idea to canon, chances are the EU probably did it first. Moving on from that, next we get to see Coruscant, where Mehmet Nadil disconnects her lightsaber from the power pack and is like, we have won the battle. I hope I never have to connect my lightsaber again. I lay it down. And then we go back to Odin who is like, this was better and worse than my nightmares feared, because we won the fight, but I lost Master Uru. So he's like, it's bittersweet for him. Then afterwards, the people who were against Empress Teta are now happy that they have won their freedom back, and they will no longer work at the mines. Empress Teta will be true to her word, and they're like, now we must have peace. We will be unified. So it's almost best for the Empress Teta system that this Sith threat happened, because it truly unified them. Empress Teta, she unified them, but a threat that threatened all of them, that truly unified them. Meanwhile, Empress Teta catches up to Naga Sadow, and Jory Daragon's there as well, and they have Naga Sadow cornered finally, and Naga Sadow is shocked, and they are in this firefight, and things are not looking good. Naga Sadow's ship explodes with some huge sparkling crackles all around the his the technical dashboard stuff is all blowing up, and it's not looking good. Then he does something truly, truly heinous. He has all of his other ships self-destruct in a line so that it puts a huge wall of fire between him and Empress Teta's fleet. And so when one of his servants is like, what if the other Dark Lords of the Sith on those ships, what if those commanders don't agree? And so he sends messages to his Massassi warriors, and his Massassi warriors stab the captains in the back and activate the self-destruct. These Massassi warriors are blindly following Naga Sadow. It is crazy. And so there's this huge line of fire between Naga Sadow's one ship, which is crippled, and Empress Teta's. But then Naga Sadow, it looks like he infuses his ship with Force Lightning, which we've only seen one other time so far, being Zesh from Dawn of the Jedi, who activated a dormant ship. He uses Force Lightning to reactivate the cells and rejuvenate them, give them more energy. And Naga Sadow seems to do that here, and he says, we need all the speed we can need, so they limp away. Meanwhile, back in Coruscant, there's celebrations going on, and then we see the Empress Teta system again. Empress Teta like thanks Oru for being sucked away from all of his learning to come and fight with them, and it's a nice moment there. And then Queen Teta asks if Jory Daragon, if she can do anything for Jory Daragon, and we'll see what that is on the last panel. But meanwhile, Naga Sadow's ship limps away to the Yavin system. Ooh, things are getting interesting now, right? And they settle on Yavin 4, the Forest Moon. You can see where this is going. The threads will all connect. And so Naga Sadow settles on the Forest Moon of Yavin 4 with a handful of Masasi left, and he's like, I was the Dark Lord of the Sith, and now I am reduced to a handful of warriors following me, and now we are stranded on this random moon, right? And so he's really frustrated about this, as you'd imagine he would be. And what happens next is he's down on the moon, and he's like, we will build a new empire here. You know where this is going if you're an EU fan. This is a great setup. Kevin J. Anderson does this so well to connect to his Jedi Academy trilogy, to connect to some short stories that Ryder Wyndham will write later on. It's so full of connections. It flows so well. Perfect ending for Naga Sadow's character. He does manage to get away, which is just, that's very Naga Sadow of him. He always finds a way, doesn't he? And we cut back to a bit where I think this is an example of breaking the fourth wall in the Star Wars universe. The final panel is Jory Daragon standing at Arba's dock, and she's repaired it, so there's a sign that has Arba on it, which is a nice moment, nice tribute to Arba, because Empress Teta was like, you've lost so much, Jory, what can I do for you? So she gets Arba's docking port back. Super nice. And she is allowed to have that and to be the new manager of it. It's a nice moment, but she's like looking right into the panel, like right at you, as she says, now it's under new management. And it's almost like she winks and she's smiling like at you. It's weird. It feels like it's breaking the fourth wall. I wasn't sure how I felt about that. Overall positives here. Good ending to the story. Solid ending. It's just as climactic as you would hope. It's super enthralling. Oh, I missed one important thing. Odin discovers a Sith holocron. That's going to come to be very important in future things I review. He discovers a holocron. Unlike any Jedi holocron he's seen, recognizes it as a Sith holocron. And since he likes to read, likes to learn, he is like, well, I guess I will see what these savages brought to our galaxy, not let it go to waste, because he is a student of knowledge. And so Odin collects a Sith holocron. Surely that's not going to do anything bad later on, right? So overall positives. Super climactic finish to this epic series. That it's really a finish to not only follow the Sith Empire, but to Golden Age of the Sith as well. Issue number 5 is a superb issue. One complaint is Ludo Kresh's threat is dealt with so quickly. In like 3-4 panels, he's gone. That's one complaint I have. He just comes off as a measly, insignificant threat, which I guess that's the point of Ludo Kresh, but when he comes back and he's faked his own death, he's got an armada to fight Naga Sadow, you're like, alright, let's see, how's this gonna go? And then he's just gone. So that's just one gripe I have with it. It's a nitpick, but it's still overall a fantastic issue to a fantastic series. Highly recommend this. This sets the stage for Tales of the Jedi really well, and really wraps up some stuff and explains and gives some context for the Tales of the Jedi comics that preceded it. It does everything a prequel comic should do, and it does so excellently. Super fun. Overall, what would I give this issue? 5 to 5.5 out of 10. It's really good. It's not the best of the series, but it's still a super solid finish. But what about you guys? What did you think of issue number 5 of Tales of the Jedi, The Fall of the Sith Empire? Let me know.